Mr. President, I rise on order 5, subsection 5, 6, 10, 9, and 10. Section 5, senators shall not cross the floor of the Senate unnecessarily, nor sit in a place allocated to any other senator. 6. Difficult is a normal interaction, just to brief them on what we have done as regards security in the FCT. And I'm glad that they're all happy with what we have done and what we are going to be doing, and the suggestions which they have given to us, which I'm not going to disclose to members of the public. It's just a very, very interactive section.
What should Nigerians expect now?
Well, what's important is what FCT should expect from us. Yes. More security, improved, faster, more infrastructure. You can see what is going on in the FCT. It's a return to a construction site, and you can see what has happened in FCT. Now we have our own civil service commission. Now we have our own permanent secretaries, which has never been like that. So there are new things coming up in the FCT, which the residents are very happy.
Specifically security, because we know that right now it has not abated. Just this morning, some people have been kidnapped and abducted. And
let me say, it's not correct. It's not correct. Even the senators agreed that security has quite improved in FCT. And let me also say, there's no part of this world where criminality has been abated. No. You have heard several times in America where people go to schools and shoot students. So let people not have that impression that you cannot have one crime or the other. What we're trying to say, being able to limit or reduce the level of insecurity. But if anybody tells you that as society is concerned, you don't have one form of criminality, that is not correct. And we must have to tell ourselves the simple truth. Also, most of the kidnappings to you here sometimes are state-managed by people. There are some internal arrangements. Take, for example, you have a housekeeper in the house, you have a driver who plot to kidnap the child of their master. In that case, what do you want us to do? All we can do is to say how the person has been kidnapped is being released. But to stop it will be difficult because it's an in-house arrangement where a driver that is involved to go and bring a child from school will mastermind the kidnapping. So these are the things we should know.
We're not talking about in-house right now. We're talking about kidnapping and abduction.
I said some of this. I said some of this too are internally arranged. I'm not saying that we don't have kidnapping. Mind you, two most wanted notorious kidnappers, we have gotten them. And that's why you see the level of kidnapping has reduced. So we're not saying that we have gotten to where we want to be, but we're doing a lot. And people must acknowledge that what used to be is not what we are seeing now. And we'll continue to say, we'll continue to do our best by providing the best for our people. That's what we're trying to say.
Thank you, sir.
We cannot give you the assurance that there will be no one form of criminality. Nobody can say that. As far as we are human.
So that's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
This is the chairman, sir.
From beginning to the end. We are doing a lot of things to ensure safety and security of the market and of the traders. What has happened is that that yesterday, what happened was that the environmental court, they used to sit every Tuesday in Wuse Market. They are an offspring of the Abuja Municipal Council. So they used to sit. They have convicted some people and put them on handcuff. And because they convict you and give you option of fine. So they have convicted some people and put them under handcuff because no person has paid their fines. So they were about to take them to the correctional centers when one of them on handcuff decided to jump down and took to his with the handcuff. So the correctional officers that were attached to the court was able to bring him down. So that was what happened. And we have taken charge of the security, not that issue, and the miscreants wanted to use their advantage to burn the market and burn other people's properties. But with our intervention, it was only few shops that were equally affected, but many goods were rescued out of the shops because I was there. And only about 4 or 5 of them, especially of the police, because when it happened, people thought it was the police. So eventually they have discovered it's not the police. So, but we are still the same security agencies, we are managing the situation. The guy is with me and he's making some statements, and the area is calm by the grace of God.
A lot of people are disenchanted in what's happening. They even blame the police for some of the lapses that we experienced. When you came here, what was the discussion about?
The discussion was how FCT has been secured recently. All of them came to acknowledge that FCT is not secured recently, especially like many of them said there, since my assumption of office. They have seen changes, they have seen, and I give it to some of my boys, my colleagues in the other security outfit, because we have been working in synergy to ensure safety. We have gone extra miles to ensure safety. And they were able to mention at least since 1 month, and there's no kidnapping in FCT. No person can say there's a kidnapping. And we pray God for that, for the opportunity. It's because of what we have put on the ground. We have used a lot of intelligence. We have decided to dominate the forests, because FCT is bounded by 4 states that are crime prone. So we know, and we know the terrains, even though the terrains are very hard, but we have dominated the bushes. And we have used a lot of intelligence to pick most of the kidnappers. Most of the kidnappers have been picked, and you saw us recovering ransoms and showing it. So that's where the area is calm. Other crimes like one chance, I have said this several times, that there's no law in this country that has established any crime offense to be one chance. No law. One chance is just robbery. Since I took over, we treated them because they are robbers. We have to treat them like robbers. And they know that, I said it the first day I took over, that I pity them because they don't know what they're doing. So they don't know what they're doing is robbery. When you kidnap somebody in your vehicle and along the line you confiscate everything and put the person off the road, it's robbery. You obtain those things by force. And when force is applied in obtaining it, becomes robbery. So there's no law like one chance. And I have said, don't call it one chance where I am, because it is robbery. And we are going to treat such people as well. No matter who is involved, whether man or woman. When you have the temerity to do the robbery, we have the capacity to deal with you equally without fear of favor. And that is the truth. So we are happy to have ensured security to this level, at this level, and at this time in FCT, especially with the effort and the advice and support of my Inspector General of Police, IGP Abuja Adeolu. He has been very wonderful. And the Minister of FCT, Barrister Nyesom Wike, they have been in wonderful support of the police. So that's why you can see area is calm. National Assembly is calm. I have dealt with, yes, and I have to say it. We know what has been happening within your franchises, where you have shanties around. Now you don't see those shanties. We have decided to remove them because Abuja is one place where we have about 24 satellite towns. Abuja has 24 satellite cities or towns where people living in them has no address. From Gishiri, down you here, we have Kubo. From Gishiri to Kubo, from Wasa to Waru, from Gishiri to everywhere. Nyanya, all of them, they don't have address. People are living in there, thousands, millions are living in them. So what we do, we know. That's why we police them. And because we know how they move, that's why we make ensure that we police them very well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.